Welcome inside Lambeau Field. I'm Jim Owczarski along with Ryan Wood from PackersNews.com, and it's Wednesday of game week. Ryan, and yet again, the starting quarterback not practicing.
Yeah, and if you go back to Sunday, let's face it, let's call a spade a spade. Aaron Rodgers looked like a quarterback that wasn't practicing. He missed throws that you almost always see him make. And then there was miscommunications between him and the receivers that you almost never see. I think specifically of the early third down to Davante Adams, where Aaron Rodgers threw behind Davante Adams, who was continuing his slant route. Usually you see those two on the same page. They weren't Sunday. Aaron Rodgers admitted today that it's been tough for him to not practice. Everyone needs it. If they didn't need it, they wouldn't be out there in the first place. So, and Mike McCarthy said it's also tough for the team, to not have the quarterback, especially a guy like Aaron Rodgers that stirs the competitive juice each day, not out there doing that. Mike McCarthy said it's tough for the team to grow. So I think that you certainly saw Sunday the lack of practice show up, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can find a way to compensate for that, because he's probably not going to be practicing much anytime soon. Speaking of not having a lot of practice and being expected to play perhaps pretty early, Bashaud Breeland, newest Packers cornerback. You spoke with him today in the locker room, Jim. What did he have to say?
Yeah, humbled a little bit by the fact that it's now going into week 4 and he's just joining an NFL team. One of the more sought-after free agent corners this past offseason. Free agent out of Washington, signed a $24 million deal in Carolina. Didn't pass the physical. Had a freak golf cart injury in the Dominican Republic and has been sort of waiting for this opportunity since. He replaces Devon House, who went on IR with a shoulder injury after that Washington game. So, he started 58 out of 60 games, but he knows at this point it's do what you can and prove yourself again. So he said, of course he said, I think I can be ready to play Sunday, but that's up to the Packers to determine that. So, going into Sunday against Buffalo, Ryan, again, all eyes on quarterbacks or a new corner. Kevin King says his groin injury is getting a little better, but that's just something we'll just have to see as the week goes on.
And this is a game that looks a lot different now than it did in April when the schedule came out. They might need all hands on deck against a resurgent Buffalo Bills team that surprised everyone, including, I think, the Packers, with how handily they beat the Vikings last week. So we'll see how that unfolds throughout the week. Keep checking PackersNews.com for full coverage. Until next time, he's Jim. I'm Ryan. This is Lambeau Field. Take care.